Hello and welcome to round 11 of the ACC GT World Challenge Season 3 presented by Simulation GP. I'm your host as always, M.Vowles, and we will head straight over to the track as the cars are already out there for free practice. I do not unfortunately have the standings for today for you on the screen, but I will be able to bring them up and inform you what is going on. Unfortunately, yes, I did miss last week due to it being Armistice Day and Veterans Day. Unfortunately, myself, being a veteran myself, it was a bit of a hard one, but it's all good. We're back this week, and like I said, we'll head over to the track now. So, current fastest is Celine Witcher in free practice. As always, good luck to all our drivers taking part. And I do believe with Celine making today's race that she has now clinched the championship. So congratulations to Celine, which she will be this season's champion. But we'll have a look at everyone else who is here with us today as well. My system seems to be fully responsive. So it does look like there's some input lag at my end, so I do apologise for that. Tycho Sherman now puts a new fastest lap in of a 1:55.6. Also guys, I am on the new microphone, so please let me know if I am very loud over the game. Try to keep a nice balance between both. Tycho really sliding that Porsche around. So just whilst we're in free practice, I'm going to bring up on my end the current standings for the championship. Don't forget the next two seasons. So you've got GT European Season 4 open to sign-ups, and GT America sign-ups are available as well. Make sure you are a part of our Discord channel to have the join passwords to be able to take part. So our current standings are Celine Witcher with 119 points. Second place is Heiko Schurman with 183 points. So today, as I said, will guarantee her the championship. Joseph Galkov, he's in his McLaren. He's on 133 points. Then you also have Natalie Lee. She's on 92 points. And Ken Eastep, who is our other driver here today, he's on 64 points. So I think championship standing wise, and we won't have any changes now for the rest of the season, but it's good to see these five still pushing up through and committed to the whole season as much as they've been able to do possibly. Obviously, as we know, Natalie Lee was not hit for a couple of rounds, but with that one win does help her quite a bit with her championship points. As I said, next week we will have our final round at Kailami, and then we'll be off until January 6th, where we'll have our first round of GT Europe, and then same time for the US guys will be, same time, from 6 hours from start times will be then GT America. So European drivers who are taking part, it will be early hours in the morning. UK time would be 2 a.m. European guys, as like in Heiko Sherman, it'd be 3 a.m. So very late start for us, but it would be at normal times for our American drivers. So we'll have a look through the rest of the drivers who we have today. So we are waiting for the system to register. One of our onboard cameras with Joseph Galkov today. So unfortunately there is a delay on my broadcast system. We're not used to. Naturally in KTM. Got a little bit too deep there. Coming to the final few corners. So diving into pit lane. Penny step. And there's Kamara. He's running into pit lane as well. This unfortunately is not the camera angle I did select, but unfortunately it's the one we have. I apologise for the notification beep there if it did come through. So we'll make sure that notification sounds are. Should solve the issue just for now. So again guys, I do apologise that our system is heavily lagging. As Heiko puts another new fastest lap in. So today is nice out there. It's 22 degrees air temp with a track temp of 26 degrees. So it's not too hot for drivers. So they should have a good amount of grip on the circuit. No, Callum, but this is something you should be driving in. You're in the championship. I can use. Ooh, found one of the bumps there on the. Yeah, but we know, Callum, WRC problems, that's going to be there permanently because it's WRC. Just nearing the end of free practice, and we are now into qualifying. So the track temp has gone up. It's now 23 degrees air temp, 28 degrees track. So again, I do apologise for the input lag I do have. I cannot solve those issues. First person out on circuit will be Natalie Lee. We are finding quite a lot of input lag. Second out on track will be Celine Witcher, followed out by Jaroslav Galkov. Kenny step, and then Heiko, who is still sat in pit lane. Remember, this track has one very, very long pit lane to deal with, unfortunately. Natalie on the back straight. Trying to get these tyre temps up to as high a level as possible before starting her first flying lap. So if you're new to ACC or been around us for a while, if you noticed there was a new update that came out just on Tuesday that involved all the 2022 liveries from Kailami, from Kailami, the International Indy 8 Hours, and also the Spa 24 Hours. So that should now have all of the 2022 season liveries in game. So we'll be Natalie in the Turn 1 Valkyries KTM, who will be setting the first lap time as long as her lap stays clean. Celine Richard will be the second to cross the line to put a lap time in. Also from Turn 1 Valkyries. Natalie having a bit of a four-wheel slide there. Remember guys, next season we will be back in the GT3 cars. Not sure if that they cut a little bit too much of the corner, we'll have to see. Just going up to the final sector now. Oh, that is very close to all wheels off track. Taking a little bit too much curb there on the inside. So, Natalie did not put a clean lap in, so we'll have to see how Celine does in the background. Celine does put a 1:46.4 into that's current fastest lap. As Jaroslav Galkov get on. 1:46.7. Kenny Step, let's see what he can do on his first lap. Kenny Step with a 1:48.2. You see that Lily does not have a lap time in. Heiko Sherman is now out on the pit. Right, wow, he's now exiting the pits. Natalie on track. I've selected her vehicle, so she's stopped on the circuit, not sure why. Again, we are having issues with our broadcast system, what I do apologise for. Makes it a bit harder for us to pull off this event. Celine Richard not on a new fastest lap, just equaling the time. Jaroslav Galkov, he's up on his time by a couple of attempts. This will possibly put him into first place. He's just there in the background. What can he do when he crosses the line? New fastest lap of 1:46.2. 2.25 attempts up on Celine Witcher. We'll turn our attention to Heike Sherman as he's about to start his first flying lap. Getting a little bit of front wash there for Heiko. Front end did have grip, but then it pushed all itself out. Get Natalie Lee and Heiko Sherman still do not have a new lap, a good lap timing. As Celine Witcher puts a new fast lap in 1:55.995. Puts a barely just over 2 tenths in front of Jaroslav Galkov. Right, let's see what Heiko Sherman can do. His first flying lap. 1:44.9. Dropping a whole second faster than Celine Witcher, so very, very good lap there from Heiko. Seasons 1 and 2 champion. Unfortunately, he is not going to be able to retain this championship going into season 4. As I said, with Celine making today's race, points now are going to be impossible for Heiko Sherman to overtake her in the points. Line there for Jaroslav Galkov. I do believe, yes, this is an outlap for him. Celine Witcher, she's just started a new fast lap. One thing I must do, guys, so I'm going to do it quickly right now, is make sure that admin password is entered. 1 second. Oh. So, I have issues up. Do apologise for that. I also gave all the drivers the admin password, but that's perfectly fine for the race. They don't know the commands that's needed. I do apologise for it. As I said, we do not have the current standings, so I cannot bring that screen up for you today. It will be ready for next week. Again, unfortunately, I do have to apologise. I am ill again. I am fighting quite a few bugs all the time due to my health being conserving. So current lap times are Ken Eastep with a 1:48.2, Natalie a 1:46.2, Joseph Galkov a 1:46.1, Celine Witcher a 1:45.995, and Heiko Sherman a 1:44.962. Just keep an eye on best laps as we can do. Heiko is up on his lap time. We just losing the 10th through there. I do apologise. I did try to change the TV cameras before. It just did not want to register. As I said, we are fighting some gremlins today. There's a new update to ACC TV that the developers did not put out on their Discord, like they normally do, because otherwise I want to make sure this is fully running decently. Mic quality seems better. Terry, that's because I have an actual brand spanking new microphone. And I also playing about with my SteelSeries sonar setup so I can adjust the volumes and try to get my voice to sound as better as I can for the events. Heiko Sherman, nearly half a second up. He's going to put a new fastest lap in here. 1:44.5. Near enough now. A whole 1.5 seconds faster than Celine Witcher. Heiko's not won yet. There's still 4 minutes in this, don't forget. It's only qualifying. Anything can happen during the race. We have seen it happen in the championship. We've seen Heiko disconnect. We've seen Jaroslav Galkov disconnect at the finishing line of the race. So anything can happen, as always. So we'll just have to see how the race plays on. If you wanted that, Callum, I could have put the echo on, so it lasts for longer and vibrates. It tickles your nerves. So that last lap there by Heiko Sherman, even if it was a dirty lap, as you can see, it was still a 1:46.295. What would have still given him pole position. Sorry, no, that would have given him 4th position, actually. So Heiko, I believe, just getting used to the formalities of circuit, saying that he is equaling his best time at the moment. Just drop that one down, just underneath that 10th of a second. Still keeping extremely close. Some gain time. Celine Richards, she is gaining time. So I have selected to see Celine. Hopefully we'll be able to catch it before she crosses the line. Cameras do catch up. But Celine now down to just 1.1 seconds behind Heiko Sherman. But this will be everyone's last flying lap that they will be either starting or have gone on to. So I do believe the first to cross the line after the timer runs out should be Celine Richard, but looking at the track position, we may see the other two of Natalie Lee and Jaroslav not make it. But now looking at the pace, yes, they will make it around. So Celine Richard will be the first to break the beam to finish the session. Ooh, a little rub into the wall there. That's Natalie Lee goes second now with a 1:45.6. So Celine has pulled it into the pits. So Celine is done. Okay, Sherman, he's out on lap. As we know, he's going around. Jaroslav Galkov, he's going to be the last one who's going to be able to play any picture in this to see if we are going to have a different top 3. Nearly equaling this time at the precise moment. Only 7 corners left to go. So left, right through the last part. So it's a bit too tight there to get a good angle to get the run out. So 3 corners now left to go. We're gaining time in the braking zone. He can. Then runs a little bit wide. But he is not going to be able to gain that whole 1 second needed. So that will bring us to the end of qualification for today. So we'll go to the plate and see how everyone is getting on. So everyone's on the grid now, waiting for today's race. So we have 3 minutes and 46 seconds until we get going. Track temp has creeped up a little bit, so actually it's dropped down again. So 24 degrees air temp, 31 degrees track temp. So drivers just preparing to go around. I'm just going to bring up the information that we always have for our races. And then we'll head back over to the track and we'll run over everything that is going on for the seasons. So we have our race gaps, we have our race numbers, we have the pit stops showing. So as I said, Celine Witcher has guaranteed the championship now. She's on 219 points, with Heike Sherman on 183 points. Joseph Galkov on 133 points, Natalie Lee on 92 points, and Kenny Step on 67 points. Stephen McCaffrey, he's on 64 points. Cal L, he's on 50 points. Alex Lafros is on 36 points. Callum McLeod, who is in chat, he's on 10 points. Chris Generelli is also on 10 points. So joint 9th for those two. 11th place is Rennie Garcia for 420 Motorsports in his Audi. Houghton Maverick, he is in 12th place with 6 points. And then our two non-drivers who have not taken part so far of Mr. Devin Booth and Ola Snarkvist. But as I said, Celine Richard, with making today's race, has made it now impossible for Heike Sherman to pass her in the championship. So for next season, she will be running the number 1 plate if she wants to take part. But Heike will be now down to his original race number of number 82. So as I said, for next season, guys, we are back to individual championships, and also we are back into the GT3s. So GT European start times are at 8 PM, same times as we're running right now. Season 4, round 1 will be Friday, January 8th at 8 PM UK time. That is 8 PM UTC. And then same day for the Americans who are taking part. For the Europeans, will be on January 7th at 2 AM UTC. And so round 1 will be at Monza for GT European, and round 1 of GT America will be at Circuit of the Americas. So start times in between each round will be 8 hours in total. 6 hours in total. No, I was correct the first time. Do apologise. Like I said, I am not feeling well and I'm a bit out of it. But the next seasons are available to be signed up for as we speak. Make sure to be in our Discord to be able to sign up, as you will need to use a join code, what is in each chat. So you go down onto the Sim Racing onto obviously the Simpit. You go down to Elites and Leagues, Events and Leagues. You'll see the GTWC, what is this current championship that will be renamed after next week to GT European. In there will be the join code. Also, if you're joining it for GT America, there will be the GT America chat. You click in there, your password to join is in there as well. And just with those two, there is the rule book. You must have taken part in that and read them. There are some small changes for next season that are implemented, so please make sure to read the rulebook for the events. The cars are now on formation lap. The GT4 cars not having tyre blankets, it is mandatory to get those temperatures up, but I would not want to be where Jaroslav Galkov is there, running in the marbles. Got to get some not nice pickup on those tyres to start with. But also GT3 Season 4, Season 2, depending which one you are taking part in from next. All GT3 cars will also have full formation laps. So be ready for that. Again, I am still looking forward to having a partner take over for the GT America streams, as I will be taking part myself. I know GT America already has 4 sign-ups. Signed up for that league. We also have currently only one person who signed up for GT Europe. So make sure to get your sign-ups done. We still do obviously have quite a bit of time now until we start, but get your sign-ups done so we can get your liveries done. If you want to run a new livery, if you ran with us before in the GT3s. If you're new to the GT3s and haven't got a livery, let us know. We can make one for you. Again, we do run custom number boxes on our cars, so we'll have ones for each individual event. So if you are doing both, you will be having a white window banner with the Fanatec logo across the top. If you're just doing one championship, you'll have the black banner. So GT European has the blue door cards, GT America has the orange door cards. But we are here and we are underway for round 11 of the Simpit GT World Challenge powered by Sim Racing GP. Jaroslav Galkov trying to gain some places on the start here. Little nudge there into the back of Steen. Nothing so far. He's still on the inside of Natalie Lee. Can he gain that position? Looks like he has made that position up. Just not slide up, just in front. I did ask for the helicopter cameras from first place's view, but it has not changed. Out in front is Heiko Schurman. Let's see if that's Celine which can stay with him. Again, I do apologise for the input lag from the broadcasting system. If there's any driver you want us to go on board with, let us know. We can go either inboard or on their door, as they do carry fake GoPros that are on the side of the car, so we can have a camera view from the driver's side of the vehicle. But it is Heiko Schurman who leads the first lap from Celine Witcher, Jaroslav Galkov in third, Natalie Lee fourth. Bringing up the rear is Mr. Kennedy Step in that Camaro. It does look like gaps are starting to build already. Let's see if everyone can keep those gaps to as tight as possible. It looks like unfortunately Ken Eastep has made a mistake somewhere. He's already nearly 8 seconds back from Natalie Lee. Heiko just putting that Porsche everywhere he needs to go. So new faster lap for Heiko Sherman at 150.0. Celine Richard at 146.4. So you can see he is pulling away each lap. So I'm going to put our autopilot on. Hopefully it'll start working a little bit better than previously. Been it from Joseph Garkov and a camera that I didn't really want us to have today. I am talking also to Sim Racing G, ACC TV about how to implement new cameras and save them onto their system. Because as I said, from our last broadcast that we did need to do when our system failed, I would love to give you a roof cam. So this is our autopilot there. Didn't know what camera to select. I'm going to make sure that autopilot does not do that again. I'm going to take that off. As it is selecting cameras that we do not want it to select. So I do apologise for the cameras going absolutely ballistic there. Some of our cameras are definitely not selected as they should be. I've asked the cameras to change. You should be able to see the onboard from Natalie. I'm still waiting for this. There we go, it finally decided to work. Again guys, I do apologise that the cameras are really bad today. They're not normally this bad. I do believe our battle today is going to be second, third and fourth. So we see Joseph Galkov diving up the inside. Celine Witcher, we're getting a great view from it from back here. Celine going wide, she's on the gravel. Right, on the grass, not the gravel. Look at how tight these three are now together. So I have selected helicopter cam on Joseph Galkov. Now we've just got to see when and if the cameras are going to change. Celine runs wide, that gives Joseph the inside. Just making sure that inside is covered there. Making the race in line. Making sure it's off in the distance. And Joseph Galkov, now he's in front. Run away from the two ladies in the off our grid. And Natalie Lee is right all over the back of Celine Witcher. As Joseph Galkov goes off. Try to retain on the inside. A little bit of gentle door and door touching here going on. A bit boisterous between all of them. Aston Martin does seem to have the legs on the Aston Martin. Sorry, the McLaren does seem to have the legs on the Aston Martin. Along the front straight, especially in the slipstream. As you see, Heike's already checked out 9 seconds gap. With 9 minutes 30 of the race already gone by. One mistake from Joseph Galkov. Yes, he's lost the place, but look at the gap that it forced to happen between Celine and Natalie Lee. So from 0.2 to 0.8 behind in total. So close to making contact there. We should have now the run for front straight. Out the slipstream, you're not getting the best line out of the final turn. There's that 0.2 of a second. Is he going to break the draft? Yes, he is. Dives up the inside. I think he's gone too deep. He did. So she's making sure that she gave him enough room, even though he made the mistake, to get back on track safely. Tried to cycle through the cameras. Hopefully pick up the camera that I would like us to have. This one not being the one that I want. It's been the perfect camera to see from Celine. Normally, obviously, with the cameras working at good pace, I can make sure I can flick out for battles. A bit too much of a cut there for Natalie. I'm trying to get the cameras to change here. Just like running wide after getting past. Natalie making all kinds of mistakes. Natalie now nearly 1 second, well, 1 second behind Joseph Galkov here. The camera merges through the wall. This for an oversteer from Natalie. Just got up to 11 minutes until pit window opens for the drivers. They'll have a 10-minute window to take their stop. The entrance to pit lane is on the exit, sorry, on the outside of the next left-hander very early on. You may just be able to see it as we go past right now. And it is a very, very long entrance. Speed comes in just halfway through the corner, just by the entrance of the fence there. So it's a very awkward pit lane, plus it's also extremely long here. So as you come to the end of the wall where the green light is, that is where the pit limiter ends. As you can see, that pit lane still extends all the way down, right until the exit of turn 1. I do apologise for our camera input lag. Trying to keep as much coverage as possible. Celine Richard going wide, opening the door there for Joseph Galkov. Joseph looking for the late apex, just trying to get back underneath Celine Richard there. But those two there making those mistakes just brought Natalie a little bit closer back into this battle. But look at Heiko Schumann, ladies and gentlemen. 16 seconds up the road. In just under a quarter of an hour of the race gone. Stuff really making that back end of Celine Richards Aston Martin, his target there, really close to making contact every lap time on his team go through so far. Look at this, Natalie got the better run. It was close to the Jaroslav than Jaroslav is to Celine. That Aston Martin just not as fast as that McLaren down that back front straight there. That McLaren pulled all that time back up just to 1/10 of a second. The KTM just trying to hold on to the McLaren. Definitely showing that McLaren's top end pace is definitely faster than the other two cars here. Now just about trying to make the other drivers make a mistake. They've been able to capitalise. Also having a very clean race, not trying to make mistakes. Right, so here could be the, oh, Jaroslav, big heavy movement there. Gotta watch those lines. I do believe if he keeps cutting it in too much there, he is going to give himself a drive through. 4 track limits. We're going to have a look in game. No such penalties just yet. But we will have to keep an eye on those track limits. That is going to be the big downfall here, because track limits penalties are something that is mandatory by game serving, not by what we change for speeding in pit lane. So if you do get a track limits penalty in game, it is to be fully served, and a drive through here with this extremely long pit lane is going to be that will completely end your race, because it will put you nearly half a lap to nearly a full lap down. I believe with the GT4s it should put you roughly half a lap down. The GT3s is more nearer, more 3/4 of a lap. These three again battling out, as they have done pretty much every single round this so far. Much better line that through Jaroslav this time. The reason we're keeping the camera onto Jaroslav is because he is in the middle of this battle, just so we can cover out as much visual as possible. We have changed now to the other set of TV cameras that are located around the circuit. So, just coming up to 5 minutes before pit lane opens for a mandatory 10-minute window where drivers will have to come into the pit lane to change tyres. You do not have to refuel, but if the drivers have selected to run low fuel, they will need to fill up as well. Refueling and tyre changes do happen at the same time. It's not fuel then tyres or tyres then fuel. We do look at Steam Witcher there coming past. There is front end damage on that Aston Martin. Trying to see if there's any damage on the back of Joseph Galkov as he comes through. Doesn't look like it. So I'm wondering where Celine has picked up that front end damage to on her car. Lee now falling back 1.3 seconds behind Jaroslav. Jaroslav in the toe of the Aston Martin. Closing alongside now. And has taken the position away from Celine Witcher. Can he now hold it? We'll move the camera now over to Celine's view. Celine is going to be the meat and the sandwich. That's Lee running wide. Now we'll see, was it all the power of that McLaren, or was it just that the toe from the slipstream is that impressive that it will bring any car that much closer along the front straight? We'll have to see. Again, that Lily trying to crawl back into these two now. Just cutting very tight again. Still no penalty to be applied by the game. We're now just under 2 minutes until pit window does open. See that running wide again. So 1 minute 30 seconds now until pit window opens. So like I said, we're going to stick with this battle. I'll be back in 1 moment. The battles will stay on screen for you. I'll be back in just a moment. And I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us. As we see, Natalie Lee has taken her pit stop and has made it successfully. Only thing left to see is if pit stop was fully valid with no issues. It's no time penalty for Natalie for speeding in the pit lane or anything, so that's good to see. We are starting to see Celine Witcher now falling back from Joseph Galkov. Just keep an eye on who else now comes into pits. Just coming up to 6 minutes remaining of the pit window. As we see Jarosław, he is in pit lane now. Can he make a nice, clean, fast pit stop? Remember, if he does get a drive through for speed in the pit lane, it does get reduced down to a 15-second time penalty. But if it's a stop-go 30 for speed in the pit lane, it gets dropped down to a drive-through penalty. So still a heavy, hefty penalty. So race leader Heiko Schumann, he is now in pit lane as well. With such a long lap, such a long pit lane, I would not want to try to get caught out here. Remember, pit lane classes as soon as you break the pit lane beam. Okay, he's made a bit of a mistake. He's not on track. He is still returning. As we see Celine Witcher coming into the pits now as well. Jarosław gained a lot of time there in the pit lane. He is stationary for 32.2 seconds when Natalie Lee was stationary for 35.6. But pit lane total time though was only 2 tenths faster than Natalie Lee. As we see that gap, Celine Witcher only literally just coming to a stop before Heiko Schumann gets going again. That's how much of a gap Heiko Schumann has to the rest of the field. Able to take his 30-second stop and still, as second place at that precise moment of time, got going, stopped, he was already starting to move. Which she's on the move now. Okay, Sherman taking a little bit of a longer pit stop. 33.3 seconds total for him. Total pit line time of 53.3 seconds, only 1 tenth slower than Jarosław. But here comes Jarosław to take the position away from Celine. So there's Celine breaking the beam now. How much of a gap is there going to be between Jarosław and Celine Witcher? So the damage on Celine's car, I do believe maybe superficial, as her pit stop time was 35.4 seconds. Total pit lane time of 53.5. So same amount of time as Natalie Lee, but 2 tenths faster in the pit box itself. So that's all cars now have served their mandatory pit stop. So I'll have a look in game to make sure no one made a penalty. No, they did not. Everyone's pit stop is good. We are now racing to the end. Be in 27 minutes time, but Jarosław has an astronomical fight on his hands if he wants to try to take Heiko Schumann's first place from him. Massive gap of 30 seconds that Heiko has pulled out on this field. Very, very, very impressive from Heiko today. But we'll have a look over at Mr. Kenny Step, Mr. I Never Give Up. Give him some limelight when our cameras decide to try and stand as they do. It's good to see how much Ken has evolved as a sim racer over the couple of seasons that he has been taking part in the ACC League and also in the iRacing League that we host for the Road Series. So don't forget, we also have iRacing Road Series going on at the moment with the GTE cars and iRacing Oval, who are in the next gen cars for the season. Again, to make sure to follow those along, we do broadcast the Road Series on the Twitch channel. So you'll see it from the boss, Mr. Sean Cole's camera review. But also, if you go head over to pitstop.tv on YouTube, that is where all the iRacing Road Series is held. There is no broadcast at the moment for the Oval League. It'd be good to have the Oval League broadcast as well. And as I said about just trying to close the gap down, Heiko Schum has a new fastest lap of all, 1:44.530 in. Heiko really trying to run away with this win for today. But yeah, as I was saying, the iRacing Road League is broadcasted on YouTube, on Pitstop TV, and also from the boss himself, Mr. Sean Cole, at the Simpit live on Twitch. Don't forget our coffee and news every Friday. It's also on Twitch. Simpit Live. We also have our rally leagues going on Dirt Rally 2.0. I do know Callum McLeod is trying to get everyone all situated on the new WRC generations to make sure that game starts working. Because unfortunately, a lot of wheels are not supported or have very minimal support that you actually have to do so many different changes in the background to make it work. I know when that is up and running, hopefully they're going to be running a league on WRC generations as well as Dirt Rally 2.0. So keep an eye on that again in the future. But to do all these guys, you need to be in our Discord. Link is in the description below. Same with our next series of GT World Challenge, which could be renamed to GT European. So aiming at the European time zone, European drivers, European circuits. But we will be traveling all over the globe in game, and also just a couple of hours afterwards, GT America also starts on the same day for our American drivers. Also, European drivers are welcome to take part as well. It will be on the 7th for European drivers, not on the 6th. Due to the time change, UK drivers, it will be at 2 AM UK time. Unlike the GT European Series, it starts at 8 PM UK time. Their first round will be at the Circuit of the Americas. GT European, your first series will be at Monza. So, two big series going on for the ACC side of the Simpit. So keep an eye on those on that. Also, each month we have our Patreon races for our Patreon members. Those races also, you are valid to win prizes. Our championships, all our champions for all series will take home championship trophies that will be sent out to you from the boss himself, Mr. Sean Cole. So, as I said, Celine Richard, she'll be taking home the championship from today as long as she stays in the race. As long as there's no connection issues. Should be enough points now to lock out the championship with 1 round remaining to go. We'll be next week at Kailami down in South Africa. First time that will be on the calendar for either series. That'll be our GT America and GT European series. That'll be the first time we will be running Kailami. Very, very good endurance circuit. Also, as I was saying beforehand, and have said in other streams, depending on the amount of drivers we have for our championships, next seasons, the final round, if we have enough drivers, will not be 1 hour races. They will be increased to double points for a 2-hour race. So our final races will be pushed up to a 2-hour race and double championship points on the line. We're coming up to 20 minutes remaining in the 11th round of Season 3 for GT World Challenge. Heiko Sherman has a gap now of 36.9 seconds over Jaroslav Galkov. Celine Witcher 7 seconds behind him. Down in third. Natalie Lee falling right back now since the pit stops. 10 seconds back from Celine Witcher as Heiko Sherman puts a new fast lap in, a 1:44.512. That is 1.8 seconds faster than second place Jaroslav Galkov's best lap time. Just think, 1.8 seconds a lap faster than second place's current best time. So he is really running away, is Heiko Sherman. Celine Richards trying all her best to try to claw back second place. She was 6.8, she's now 7.2, so the gap between those two are staying about equal. Last lap she was faster Jaroslav by 0.2. We'll have to see what they are when they cross the line next time by. Look back from Heiko Sherman. As you can see, masses of clear air behind him. He's just running away with today's race. As again, the camera system picks up a wrong camera that we do not want to have a look at. Trying to go on board with Heiko Sherman, but the cameras are not wanting to change. It finally decided to change. I do again. I massively apologise for how our camera system is not working at its best. We'll stay on with Heiko Sherman now for a whole lap. know where to extend those gears just to the point where they're not going to max out the revs. Doesn't need to snatch another gear up just to come back down and just win a hair of a second. So let's stay a lap with Heiko Sherman. So 1 lap on board there with Heiko Sherman. Now with a, might as well say it, 42-second gap to Joseph Galkov, who is keeping the balance gap to Celine Witcher around that 7.2 second gap. Under quarter of the race to go now. Big slide from Heiko Sherman now. Heiko going, rubber on my tyres? I don't need rubber on my tyres. I'm quite happy to drive on the cords. Looking like he's meant to be in a drift comp. More than grip racing right now. Heiko Sherman today absolutely showing his dominance in the series, showing why he has been back-to-back champions. Unfortunately, with a couple of rounds that he missed and the round that went absolutely haywire from Snetterton, where he had a failure to start, so he had to start from the pit lane and then a disconnect in the race itself. Really nailed the coffin, closed on him for this championship. As I will go over the results that we have had. We have had Celine Witcher take 6 wins this season. Heiko Sherman with 3 wins. And Natalie Lee, who's in 4th place in the championship, with 1 win. And it all will end next week at Kailami for the final round of the season. And then we'll be back in the new year to start off Season 4 of GT European. As I said, GT World Challenge will be renamed. and also Season 2 of GT America, and they will continue through the year. So it'll be 12 rounds for both, then a short break, then another 12 rounds. So it's all to see and all to look out for. So do keep an eye. Like I said, if you'd like to take part, make sure you're in the Discord. You need to be in there to be able to take part. As being a part of the Discord is mandatory for the championship. So it's in the description. I've also just put a link in the chat. As I said, if you want to take part in any of our races that are hosted by Sim Racing GP, make sure to sign up on Sim Racing GP, but to be a part of our championship for the ACC, GT European and GT America, you will need to be in the Discord to have the join password. Also, this month's Patreon race is also on there, so Patreons, you can have a see what the event is going to be. If you look in Sim Racing GP, Mr. Sean Cole will be putting out an email very shortly promoting this month's Patreon race. But also our R Factor 2 races. Sorry, AMS 2 and Race Room servers are run through Sim Racing GP as well. As we've seen, 9 minutes to go on the clock. Heiko Sherman 47 seconds ahead of Joseph Galkov. He's got a 6.6 second lead now over Celine Witcher. Natalie Lee being 12.5 seconds back from Celine, so unfortunately second half of the race not going her way. And unfortunately Mr. Kenny stepped just up in front here of Heiko Sherman. Further 35.6 seconds back away from Natalie. It's a shame to see the grid fall down to such a small amount of group. Hopefully we'll jump back into GT3s. We will see an increase. We did have a big turnout for our GT America series. So let's hope we can get more people involved and taking part in our European series as well. See here the Camaro thundering past as we stick it with Heiko Sherman. That Lumi rank flashing his name and the number 1 positioning. Has led from start to finish with very much ease. The only time there was any car in front of him is once Celine Witcher came into the pit lane, and as she hit her box, was just in front of Heiko's, Heiko then got dropped off his jacks and was able to pull away straight away. So maybe about 4 seconds of this race, Heiko Sherman was not in the lead, but that shows how much he knows this GT4, knows how to push it, Kenny stepped there, just completely getting out the way of Heiko. Didn't need to. Did not want to hold up Heiko Schumann for any amount of period of time. So that will now officially put Ken Estep 1 lap down from P1. Unless Ken makes one absolutely massive mistake, what I do not think he is possible of doing, because Ken is Mr. Consistency. I do believe it'll only be Heiko Schumann that is going to be able to lap him today, as Heiko now has a 50 second lead from Jaroslav Galkov, who is in P2. I would say if Heiko could get this gap to a 1 minute and 22 second lead from P2, what will be now a very, very, very big, massive chance, never happening. But then we could literally turn around and say he was half a lap ahead of second place. Just checking there. It showed that Ken Estep had a bit of a flag issue, but he is still running. Again, I do believe that is the ACC telling ACC TV that there is flag issues when there is no flag issues. The communication can be slightly broken, as we have seen all race today that the camera's inputs are much more slower than normal. Just to put into perspective, I'll click our mandatory pit stop off. And as you can see, this is instantly clicking, so we'll add a pit stop now. We'll add another pit stop, and we'll take them away. And they are working perfectly in time. It just seems that our communications between ACC camera systems and our camera systems are on the go slow. Our lap times are correct. It's just our selection of cameras input time is a lot slower than it normally is. I'm just double checking if there's any issues with selecting cameras. Does not seem that there is any issues from the inputs now. I go again, completely sideways. Heiko with that nearly 52 second lead now. He's just having a drifty fun. With that left, right, just completely throwing the car around. I think through the middle there, he could have thrown a 360 in. As he does trying to throw a 360. Unfortunately, makes a pig's ear of it. I mean, that's Heiko just trying to lose some time so he doesn't have to do yet another lap after this one. But Heiko, there's 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go, my friend. You are definitely going to have to do 2 laps. So 1 minute 50 to go. It's going to be 2 laps now before the end of the race. But even with that mistake, trying to show off a little bit, Heiko Schumann is very comfortably out in the lead. Get a bit more steady now through the chicanes. So, 30 seconds to go. Heiko crosses the line to start his final lap. Celine Richer has fallen back now from Jaroslav Galkov. So, time has now run out. Down to Heiko just to finish this lap off. And bring home his second win of the season. Sorry. I did say this earlier, I believe. Sorry. This will be his 4th win of the season. I do apologise. Okay, would have won last week as well then. Oh, sorry. Celine did win last week. Heiko, keep it on the road, my friend. Very last 2 corners. But it will be Heiko Schumann taking the win. Ken Eastep will be home in 5th place. I have asked the camera to look over at Jaroslav Galkov. So he comes into the final sector. Will be Jaroslav Galkov coming home in P2. Celine Richard there just in the background. Crossing the line to take P3. Natalie Lee coming home in 4th. But either way, it is congratulations to Celine Richer. She will take home the championship. So guys, that's the season done. Nearly one more round to go when we head over to Kailami. So next time you'll see us will be, as I said, at Kailami for the final round of the season. My name's been Mike. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, we'll see you on the track. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.